Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're back inside our Minecraft world, and today we're going to be working on a massive auto smelter. Alright, so what I want to do, I want to take this big furnace we got, and I want to make it so that I can just swing by here, fly by, drop stuff onto the roof, and have it automatically start smelting, and then bring it back to probably some sort of exit along here, like some sort of opening here that will let us get our items. Left some stone there. And then I also want to set something up so that when it's active, at least part of this gets replaced by a fire. So like probably some red concrete, maybe some light blocks, so that it just kind of looks like it lights up once it's smelting, so that it's obvious when it's smelting, and then hopefully set it up so that once it's done smelting, that goes away and it no longer shows up. But we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. First things first, gotta make it so that when we drop items here, they go down into the furnace. Okay, the project is nearing basic completion. So let me just look over it and discuss it real quick. Basically, anything we throw down above gets collected by the minecart. It then runs along here, putting an item into each of the hoppers, which then will come down, enter the furnace, and get cooked. This hopper here spreads out the coal. It's not fully spread out yet because it can only grab so much during the time frames under this hopper, and currently these aren't full yet, so it's still blowing. I can just do that, and now all of them will have some coal. But what I want to see, most important thing to consider, is will the minecart up top make a full loop in the time it takes an item to cook? Because if it doesn't, then I'm going to need to readjust everything up top to make it so that it can. Which I already know how I'll do it, but I want to make sure first. And then the other thing that I want to do is come over here, and we're going to add a comparator here with a repeater directly off of it. It's a little messy to work here, but now any signal, so even just like a redstone ore passes through. Maybe not. It should grab a signal whenever an item passes through, but I'll mess with it and see. But the idea is going to be make it so that it'll detect when something changes, send a redstone pulse that will then hopefully change the front of the furnace. I'm going to need some time to work on it, some time to mess with it, but that's the idea for now. Okay, I've done a couple things. First off, I've made it so that when items are thrown in, enough actually will make it through in time that it's not wasting time on the furnace. For the most part, it's still going to waste some. We're going to lose some coal to that, which stinks. But I plan to get some form of automation for the collecting of fuel, probably blaze rods, like an auto blaze with the blaze spawners. So that shouldn't be too big of a problem. I'm not super worried about that. What's perhaps more interesting is I figured out how we're going to determine the redstone signal for items coming through. So basically, we've rerouted the hoppers over here so that I can actually work on them because there's not enough space back here. And then the hoppers are stopped from working with this redstone signal. And then whenever something gets put in here, it activates the comparator, which then turns off this redstone signal, then lets the item through, and gives us our redstone signal here. Now, I don't know where that... Did I already pull it out? I'm going crazy. But yeah, so we have our thing now. We got it figured out. Now I just need to use this redstone signal on something useful down there, which will probably take me another forever to get figured out, but it should be worth it. And then also I need to reroute all the finished products down to the bottom somewhere so they're all in a centralized location for collection. Still quite a bit to do, but making good progress. Alright, here we are a long while later. I have successfully made it so that when an item goes through the system, let me just show you guys. Item goes through, the pistons activate, and the blocks that were here are switched out for the ones that are up top. Right now I just have it as planks. Now we have oak planks here instead. It's a little messy, as redstone tends to be. And then when I hit this button, it just swaps back. But I need to set some sort of timer so that when the item goes through, it'll switch back after X amount of time. Probably, what I'll probably do is just set a timer that lasts for a couple minutes. I might have to look into hopper timers and stuff like that so that it'll take a while before it cycles, so it's not just quickly cycling out. And then I need to find some way so that while we have the planks in place, so while it's in the state where this is on, that the next time an item goes through, it doesn't cycle again. Because what happens is it cycles again, and those planks get pulled back while it's going, which would be fine if it weren't for the fact that every time an item goes through, it's going to look, which isn't the end of the world, but it does kind of stink, and it's not ideal. But you can see that now we're going to be able to cycle it for something else. I'm going to make it probably just red flaming, maybe magma blocks. I'll go find some magma blocks and take a look. All right, yeah, I like that. I think as a switch from just being plain black to suddenly having the magma at the bottom, I think that works quite well. One thing I might consider is actually using it as a check of if we have items that need to be collected, it'll stay with the magma on, and if there's no items to be collected, then it'll be off. I haven't fully thought that through, but I think that might be the way we do it. Now I need to make the area to collect. So what I'm thinking is we're going to just do like a white and black room. Just pure concrete. Might do concrete too. Yeah, we'll make the corners concrete too. And then we'll just bring the white concrete back. Is this redstone? That is important. We're gonna cut it here. Yeah, just like that. And then the hoppers will come down through the roof so that we can grab our items. And there we go. So the idea of this is going to be for like bulk smelting. So we're going to have enough items that what I'm probably going to end up wanting to do is to just have like a shulker box and just come up, boom, collect the stuff, and then walk away. I don't know if you can actually do that with shulker boxes, but I'm going to assume you can. Now, I'm going to find something that we can smelt just kind of as a test to see how well this works. And yeah. All right. I have a stopwatch ready. I'm going to throw 6 stacks of iron on this thing, and we're going to see how long it takes for 6 stacks of iron to get smelted by it. I'm just going to toss them on, start my timer, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, it took about a little over 50 seconds per stack on average. The whole thing took like a little over 5 minutes, so pretty good time, especially when you consider I went ahead and just over on the double furnace. It took about a minute to smelt 10 items. So we're looking at about 6 times the power for this. It's nothing like insanely crazy, but for what it is pretty efficient and works pretty well. Yeah, I mean, if I really want something good, I'll amp it up further. And that wouldn't be too difficult now that I have the base infrastructure in place. Like, what really took the time was making the thing that makes it capable to swap out. I just have to make it so it actually does swap. So still some work to be done, but it's late, and I put a lot of time into this, so it'll be a story for another time. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider liking, subscribing, maybe checking out another video. And for the moment, I'll see you all in the next one. God bless and bye-bye.